Hey, it's Mike with Tech PB, and we need to do a Living Legends roundup. I mean, so much stuff happened in the last like 72 hours. I've got to do this show. And Monday, I meant to do the show on Monday, but I got home really late Sunday night, and I had class on Monday, so I didn't really have time to get it all knocked out, but I got all my notes here, so we're going to do a recap of everything that happened at Living Legends. Okay, I got to say that Living Legends for me was probably the peak of my entire 20 years of playing paintball, okay? I've never had more fun at an event than I did at Living Legends. I mean, I've had great times at tournaments, I've had great times at scenario games, but that right there was just the icing on the cake. CPX, or Challenge Park, that paintball facility is absolutely, absolutely amazing. It is just one of the most professionally ran paintball parks I've ever seen. I've been looking forward to playing at that place forever. And I mean, CPX is just absolutely amazing. I mean, the ruins, the park that they have, the woods ball that they have, it's just one of the best paintball facilities that I've ever played at. It was just absolutely amazing. Being on stage and being introduced, you know, in front of, 700-800 people as a Living Legend was just something that, I mean, my knees were weak when I was up there. It's just amazing to me to be put up there like that. I mean, it just was just awesome. I mean, I got a picture here. There was, I'm going to show this to you guys, and hopefully there's a company called Reflex Photography that did a lot of pictures out there. And, I don't know if you can see that picture or not, but you can see, everybody sitting in, and they had all the people up there. And let me show this other picture right here. I mean, this is a picture of me on stage, and hopefully we get this picture up here pretty soon. But the person sitting right over here in the back, I mean, that's Rich Telford. I mean, of Team Excessive. And the person, another person sitting over the back from me is Paul Ballenbach of Empire Key now. I mean, that's one of the coaches of the Jacksonville Warriors. I mean, to be up there with all of them was just breathtaking. And it was just, I would never have been on that stage without the support from the Tech PB community and all the comments on YouTube and all the video views that I get on there on YouTube. I was up there for the average, everyday Joe Schmuck paintball player, which is what I am. And it just felt great to be up there. And to be up there with Borg and listening to Borg getting the crowd going crazy with his, Croatian accent, thanking everybody. And that was just absolutely, absolutely amazing being up there on stage. It was just, it's so surreal to me. It's still, even though I'm home, I still keep thinking about that. Being up there on stage, being introduced, that was just unbelievable. So let's see what happened. So we got there, and originally we were supposed to be on one team, and all the PB Nation mods were supposed to be on the other. Okay, $80 a case sounds like a lot. But when you realize that you're going to be shooting against PB Nation moderators, it's kind of a bargain, okay? I don't want to work with PB Nation on anything. I don't care if it's trying to find a cure for cancer. I'm not interested in working with their webpage for anything. I don't really have anything personal against most of the moderators. I just don't like Ed. Sorry, I just don't like Ed. So that's my business. That's no one else's. But so I get out there, and we're supposed to be on Team Blue, playing against Team Red. And I get out there and I'm pushing up, doing my job in the woods and having a good time. And all of a sudden I look around, and I'm surrounded by PB Nation mods, okay? I'm like, what the fuck is this? Okay, they're supposed to be on the other side. Well, I guess there was a imbalance in teams and they put us all on the same team. It's not going to work for me, okay? I didn't fly all the way out to Chicago to play with PB Nation, okay? So I went and switched. I took my crew with me. About 12 or 13 of us switched over to the red team, and the rest is history. That's why we were originally on blue. We switched over to red. I'm sorry, Viper, if it pissed you off, but, I don't, if I'm going to pay $80 a case, that money is very well spent when I can shoot against the PB Nation mods, okay? I got a bunch of you, and you guys know who you were. I got you. You looked around, it was no one else standing there, it was me. I got you. But that was really, really cool. So that's what happened with the whole, there wasn't really any drama or anything like that. I just didn't feel like playing on their team, okay? So I went to the other team, took some of the other guys from Tech PB, went over to the other team, and that was it. It was that big of a sway. I don't know, what were the teams, 400 on 400? Did 12 people make that big of a difference? well, I guess the score was a little bit in our favor, so maybe we did. But it was cool meeting all the Tech BB fans, meeting all the Punkworks fans, meeting all the Borg fans. We gave out like 30 or 40 t-shirts. We had a whole box full and we were trying to give them out. You know, we were there with Tiger, Borg. I mean, that's like 20 million video views between us three. You know, probably some of the most powerful paintball video people in the world between me, Borg, and Tiger, and we were all on the same team out there balling it up and having a great time. It was just absolutely epic. So let's talk about equipment. Oh my God. Okay, I was out there for the first time trying out the Tiberius T9 with the First Strike rounds, okay? We got a couple of them. We had 2 cases of First Strike rounds that we were going to try out. I'm sure you guys are already hearing the stories. That is one of the most devastating pieces of paintball equipment that I have ever seen in my entire life. When I tell you, and this is with referees, people watching, Bryce Larson watching, you know, people coming up behind me and watching, and even Dan Colby of Gorilla Air saw a couple of these shots. When I tell you that I was hitting people in dead center of the chest from 100 yards away, not feet, okay, yards away. I used to play football as defensive end. I know what 100 yards looks like, okay? When I was hitting people dead center of their chest from 100 yards away with the First Strike rounds, shooting them through the Tiberius T9, that was one of the craziest things I have ever seen on a paintball field. Bryce Larson will also tell you, he watched me shoot through a crack about this big from over 200 feet away and hit somebody right in the nose piece of their goggles. There was a guy in Bedlam, in the town, who was peeling back the netting and shooting through the netting and then closing up the netting again. I waited till he opened up the netting, started shooting, and I hit him in the nose from over 200 feet away. He was like 4 buildings away, and I hit him in the nose. Unbelievable shots. There was one shot on their on the hyperball field when the blue team came in and inserted, and it's actually where this picture was taken. And I hope Reflex Photography gets this up. It's where this picture was taken, and this is me using the T9, where there was a guy wearing a PB Nation jersey, like 100 plus yards away, standing out in the middle of the field, waving at me. So I wave back. Well, he waves at me again. I wave back, he waves at me again. So I yell out to him, hey asshole, I'm not waving hello, I'm waving goodbye. I pulled out the T9 and put 6 rounds in the air, and 3 of them hit him. The first one hit him in the neck from over 100 yards away. It is one of the most devastating pieces of paintball equipment that I've ever seen. Now, I wish I had the gun here, okay, but I've given the guns. I had 2 Tiberius T9s. I gave them to Punkworks. Bryce and Gordon are going to be doing their testing on those. I got to get some more rounds to them. They're going to do their testing on them. I cannot... You've never seen anything like that before. And basically what I did was I had my Smart Parts SP1, which is probably my favorite woods ball gun. Here it is right here. And I had my Smart Parts SP1 with the Apex barrel. And I had on my Flurry vest, I had the T9 strapped to my back on a D-clip, or one of those little D-clips or C-clips or whatever they're called. And as I was using my SP1, when I would see the shots from really far away, I would ask somebody to help me unpack it. I'd pull out a magazine, and just take them out. Heat-seeking missiles, like Paveway smart bombs, Tomahawk missiles, don't have the accuracy of the freaking First Strike rounds. It is unbelievable. Yeah, it's expensive, but the range and the accuracy that you get from those rounds is, all I gotta say, is devastating. I was personally holding back waves of 50 or 60 players on my own with just the First Strike gun on my own. What I was doing on the long range shots, I would wait till there was a group of 3 people. So I'd see one person, then another person would come up to him, then another person would come up to him. I'd aim for the middle one, and I would usually hit one of the 3 people. And this is from 100 plus yards away. I mean, the people were like that small, and I was drilling them. So that was unbelievable. The First Strike rounds, I mean, I was just like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. Like drilling people in the chest completely across a field, you know, so unbelievable. The first strike rounds, you know, if you're looking for something that is just going to make your jaw drop, go to TiberiusArms.com, order yourself just a little pistol, a stock, put a little a red dot on it, get some first strike rounds, it'll blow your mind. We were all using the Flurry vest. FlurryIndustries.com makes an amazing vest, okay? We must have had 7 or 8 of them when we were out there, and we were all using them. People had the water pods in them, stuff like that. It was awesome. The Flurry vests are amazing. We had 2 rocket launchers that we brought out. We had one from Metadyne Industries. That rocket launcher is awesome. It's small enough that you can just have it in your pack. And I had the Flurry Industries, and I had it stuffed into where the bottle usually goes and Velcroed in place. And then when I needed to shoot it, or someone needed to shoot it, they would pull it out, unscrew the tank off their gun, screw it in on that one, and on the Flurry Industries in the front, we'd pull out a rocket or one of those little Nerf rockets, stuff it in there, boom, and shoot it. It was awesome. Flurry Industries, we even used the RAP4, the one you guys saw in the Borg video, the Panzerfaust. We used that a couple times. It's awesome. I heard some people doing some cool things with the rocket launchers at night. They said they would pack them full of glow sticks and then shoot them at night, and people are like, oh wow, look at that. So something kind of cool to do with the rocket launchers. Let's see, at the event was great. I had a great little turnout. CCM came out with a new pump gun, which was at the event. Go check out, you know, Chipley Custom Machine. You'll check out the new pump guns, which is really cool. Let's see. Let's talk about something else that came out. Tech2B jerseys. You guys probably saw them. You know, me wearing the Tech2B jersey. These are being made right now by Raza Paintball and RazaLife.com. They're going to be available for sale here really, really soon. The price is going to be good. I'm thinking probably right around about $50 for just the jersey. You'll be able to put your name on it. You'll be able to put padding into it. Still working out the prices and stuff like that, but all that's going to be handled through Raza Life. So maybe you could order one already. Call Mike over at Raza Life and tell him you want to order Tech2B jersey, and you know, hopefully he's got those set up yet. We're not going to be selling them. I'm just going to let him sell them, let him deal with it. Something else too, and I'll take this off and excuse the microphone for a second. It's probably going to rumble a little bit. But something else that they had there too was the Punkworks shirt. I got my Punkworks shirt on, and these are fundraising T-shirts that go towards Bryson Gordon, and you know, goes towards them funding the paintball science that they have going on in the Tech2B forums. Cool little shirt, you know. So you know, you guys want to pick up a nice little Punkworks shirt. You guys appreciate what they're doing. Hop into the Tech2B forums. I'll put up the information really quick, the PayPal address. Okay, and that's the price. Cool little shirts. They feel great, and you're supporting paintball science, which is awesome. Okay, so now you know where you should be able to get the new Tech2B jerseys over at Raza Life. I'll be talking a little bit more about those in an upcoming show. Want to get yourself a Punkworks shirt and support paintball science? PayPal, I think $17.50 to punkworkspaintball@gmail.com. So let's talk about some stories at Living Legends. I got a couple of good stories I think you guys will get a kick out of. I got, you guys that were on Blue probably remember, as you guys were trying to come over the hill, I was in the building by myself on the right. And I was catching people, I was sniping people as they were coming over the top of the hill with the Tiberius T9. And they started to learn that after every couple shots, I was reloading my magazine and then coming back out again. They came over the thing, and after my 4th magazine, I went to switch again, and I heard one of the captains say, he's running out, or he's reloading, let's get him. But they didn't know that I had my Smart Parts SP1 there waiting, laying against the side, ready to go in 3-shot bursts. So I pop up and just start sawing their entire team down. I went through 6 pods, probably took out 20 people, and finally they got me out with a rocket. That was probably the most fun that I had there. They finally shot a rocket into the building, and it ended up knocking me out, which kind of sucks. I had something kind of funny happen also, rocket dodging. I was on the speedball field, and the Blue was trying to insert, and I was up there in kind of one of the forward pallets, and I heard somebody saying, he's behind that pallet, let's hit him with a rocket. So I got ready, and as soon as I heard the funk of the rocket coming, I bolted out of my bunker and went and dove into another one. I wasn't but 3 steps outside of that bunker when the rocket hit, but it was still kind of interesting. I guess everybody put their gun down to watch the guy shoot the rocket at me, but as soon as he put it in the air, I was gone. I've never dodged a rocket like that before, and I asked the ref if I was out, and he's like, no, if you're not behind the wood, you're not out. He's like, you got out of there just in time. Willie shot me point blank with a rocket, which kind of sucked. He was, I gave him the rocket launcher, he loads it, and as he goes to look up around the bunker or something, he pulls the trigger and shoots me from about that far away and just about knocks my legs out from underneath me. And so the ref comes running over. What the hell just happened? And I tell the ref, oh, he's lucky that thing wasn't loaded, or I would have been really mad. And he's like, all right, and he runs away. I got this welt on my ankle from Willie shooting me point blank with a rocket. Well, then we're moving up. Well, I look over to find Willie again, and he's standing right behind me with the thing pointed right into my kidney. And I'm like, dude, put that thing away. I won't get shot no more. So those are some of the stories. I'll probably think of more soon. But Living Legends was an absolute blast. I mean, there was one game that I'm out there playing, and I looked at one side, I've got Rocky Cagnoni. I looked at another side, I've got Mike Paxton. I look over to the side, and I've got Dan from Gorilla Air. I mean, you know, being able to go out there and play with all these living legends and all of these stars of paintball and stuff like that was just awesome. But I got to give my thanks out. Got to give my thanks out once again to Tippmann for taking care of us and hooking Borg up with an amazing X7. Man, he was shooting the hell out of that thing all weekend long. You know, Viper for putting on a great event. I'll definitely be coming back to CPX, the Challenge Park here in the future. That park was just awesome. It was a dream come true to finally go there. You know, Sean from Smart Parts for all of his hard work and communication. Mike Paxton, General Paxton, did a great job leaving the red side of victory. Hoorah. You know, and all the fans and supporters that cheered for us when we were up there on the stage. I really appreciate that. You know, you're always worried every time you're up on stage when you come up there it's going to be crickets, but all you Tech TV fans out there were loud for me, and I really appreciate that. And of course, Florida, we don't have this, so I got to end the video with this. White Castle. Oh God, I've never had a White Castle burger from a real White Castle establishment at like 11 o'clock at night. I finally was able to get mine. So I'm going to end this video with one of my favorite clips from Harold and Kumar, Go to White Castle. Thanks guys for tuning in.